All right, Shalom, Shalom. This is Yahawah by Allah of the Lions Den Camp. Before I begin, I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahawah, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Harakah Kodash, Ma'amaf. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim, and Akwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. Hopefully, this will be a quick lesson. Prophetic news. Today is March 25th, 2026 AD. The topic of today is going to be titled, The Angels of Yahawah Are Watching. All right. Ministering spirits sent forth not only to minister to the children of Israel, the Lord's hopeful elect, but also to, intervene, divine intervention into the affairs of humanity. All right. So I want to dive into this. There's a lot of videos coming out all over social media. My damn screen moving by its damn self. But a lot of videos coming out on social media dealing with UFOs, or what they call chariots, popping up over Iran. All right, over there in the midst of the war. So I'm gonna play a couple videos and show that the Lord is in the midst. All right. But I want to start off with a scripture. Let's start off with this one. This is 2nd Ezra 16. And let me go to 61. 2nd Ezra 16 to 61. He made man. So the Lord made humanity. He made Esau. He created the wicked for the day of evil. And we're in that time. All right. But who's controlling the war? Who's controlling what's happening on this earth? It's the hands of the Most High. All right. It's Yahawah. And he gives orders to his angels to control and bring his prophecies to pass. All right. So now they've escalated and actually started a head-on war with Iran, and that's prophetic. All right. This is a prophetic battle that is coming to pass. The pages is turning. The Lord is turning the page. All right, ready to deliver the children of Israel, the elect of Allah, the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and the Israelites that are scattered, looking like the other nations, but actually are descendants of those people from the Bible, the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, the Israelites, the true Israelites. So that's what this is all about. So the angels are controlling what's going on over there. All right. They can't go nuclear until the Most High says so. They can't start this war until the Lord says so. All right. So now that it's starting, it's the Most High that's controlling it. It says Iranians trying and failing to take down a UAP orb. They call it an orb, but we know them as the eyes of the Lord, the chariots. UAP orbs, man. Unidentified aerial phenomena. That means it's defying physics. All right. Force field. They got a force field around it. Technology on display. They showing off. They're basically saying what? They're about to enter the war. They're waiting for the Lord to unleash them. All right. So they're showing off their force field technology on display to the Iranians. Is this why the U.S. has been unable to do anything yet? Damn. That's why that's crazy, right? So why haven't they been able to go nuclear against Iran yet? Is it because of Trump? All right. It's because the angels are controlling it. Let's go to, of course, my neighbor starts stomping on himself right on time. Goodness, boy. But so let me read this. It says, He made man and put his heart in the midst of the body. So the Lord created every human being on this earth. All right. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. His name is Yahawah, and his son's name is Yahawah. All right. Yea, and the spirit of the almighty power, which made all things, searcheth out all hidden things in the secrets of the earth. So there's no secret that you can hide from the Lord. No secret plan, no secret world order, masonry, secret societies, all right, secret plans that they got to bring about nuclear war. The Lord saying, no, not yet. According to Revelation 7, till his elect are sealed and protected first. All right, so we must be up to that number because the war is breaking out. But there's still a lot of prophecies that got to happen. This war over there called Armageddon is really going to bring the demise in a civil war here in the U.S. dealing with oil prices, energy, uh, a lack of energy resources, water crisis, economic crash, civil unrest. Man, that's the next stage um, that they're going to move for what total control. All right. So that's a whole nother topic, but check it out. The angels have been seen in the midst, and that's a problem for the wicked. So surely he know it says here, surely he knoweth your inventions, man. So the Lord knows every invention, even what the Iranians have. All right, because he gave them the mind and the spirit to make it. He said, I created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. And the Lord said he laid a snare in the earth for these people, for Esau. And what ye think in your heart. So he knows what Trump and his administration are thinking in their hearts. Or should I say the military industrial complex or the illuminated ones that are controlling it behind the scenes. All right. And Bibi over there in Israel, the one with the nukes. It says here, surely he knoweth your inventions and what ye think in your hearts, even them that sin and would hide their sin. Therefore, right, they're committing a lot of unaliving over there, man. A lot of bloodshed. But then you ask who did it, they say, I don't know. It was them. It was this person. The Lord knows exactly who's doing what. And they're gonna point the finger at the culprit real soon. You already see Iraq just joined the war. I said that to the camp a week ago. I said Iraq's gonna join the war. It's gonna split in half. One half's gonna be with the US, the other half gonna be with Iran. And it's happening. You're gonna have Qatar taken down. You're gonna have Saudi Arabia declare war on Iran, which is gonna bring in what's that, Pakistan? Because they have a protection treaty with Saudi Arabia. They're going to initiate that eventually. Um, they have a protection treaty with Pakistan and the U.S., and they're both going to be forced to protect Saudi Arabia. All right, and then you have um, the issue going on with the Red Sea. With the cables where all the internet and information comes through fiber optics. I used to deal with fiber optics when I worked for AT&T. All right, so all these things are under threat of being cut off right now of resources that come through the Strait of Hormuz. All right, so it says here, therefore hath the Lord exactly searched out all your works. So there's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can do to get out of this. All right, and He will put you all to shame. So the Lord about to step into this war, send His angels. It's also Psalms 91. Um, and He's gonna put all of them to shame. He's sending the angels to prove it. All right. So right here it says a force field technology was put on display by these so-called UFOs. Is this why the U.S. has been unable to do anything, right? Because you know they want to nuke that place, man. But they haven't been able to do it because of this. Let's go to Revelation 7. And after these things, I saw four angels, all right, four angels, four archangels standing on the four corners of the earth, the four hemispheres of the earth, like kindling the fire, calming the fire, and the fire of World War III, Armageddon, the uprising of the nations, that's being controlled by Yahawah, by Hashem Yahushua and the angels. And after these things, I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth. So holding back the nuclear war from happening, because that would be the end of humanity. All right, the winds. Let's go to that real quick. Jeremiah 51. Jeremiah 51 and 1. Thus saith Yahawah, behold, I will raise up. So the Most High is going to make it happen against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me. So them and their allies and the rest of the wicked upon the earth, especially here in this place, a destroying wind. So that destroying wind, that's the nuclear blast or nuclear fire. The winds that come from it. That's going to be made to scatter the burnt, charred chaff of the people, and will send unto Babylon fanners, so enemies or nations like Iran, China, Russia, that shall fan her. So they're set up to scatter or destroy this place, and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. All right, so this place is about to be in some big trouble, and in that day, these nations are going to be allied against, Great Babylon, round about, man. All right, fully surrounded. That means they're going to be in alliance, in allegiance with each other. So I'm going to play this clip. Actually, let me go back. My bad. Revelation 7. So what's stopping them from going nuclear? Revelation 7 and 1 again. And after these things, I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth. See, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. All right. And you can read Revelation 8, where that destruction actually comes to pass, where the trees are burned up, the land is burned up. Why? Because the Most High gave the green light to the angels. All right. It's not man that's controlling these things. It's Yahawah Bashim Yahushua that's intervening and ready to deliver us. So it says here, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. All right, so the elect are being sealed, and that's why this thing hasn't gone nuclear yet, because a lot of prophecy still got to come to pass. That's why they're doing an energy war. They're aiming towards the nuclear facilities, like over there in Damona, but they're not fully hitting it yet or connecting, right? But when it does, this thing gonna move quick. It's gonna be a straight nuclear combat. All right, so now let's play this video. But the angels are in the midst, man. Check this out. Hopefully I can play it. Hold on.
UFOs are being seen off the coast of Iran and inland as well. Check this out. Since the conflict began, orb UFOs have been reported, and it's only increasing from the oceans and inland. And here's one instance here. Now, Chris Bledsoe, a little while ago, said that he had a visitation or a premonition that when the war began between Israel and Iran, missiles will exchange, orbs will be seen all over the place, right? Check this out.
One thing she told.
Right, we don't give a damn about his premonition. Scriptures say that people gonna dream dreams and see visions. That don't make them special though. But yeah, he saw the angels in a premonition or
It
whatever.
was. When you see Iran and Israel exchanging missiles, and I saw it, the way she tells me is a vision of, I see it like a living picture screen.
Who the hell is she?
I could see the rockets flying. Then all of a sudden, orbs appeared out of the ocean and everywhere. And I told
This fool going to soothsayers to see the prophecies. You can just hear it from us, man.
the government, that's if this happens, the orbs are going to appear and wake people up and stop it.
No, they're not. They're not gonna. The chariots are not gonna wake the people up and stop nothing. The chariots are the ones initiating the prophecies. All right, let me get that, man. Let me get that real quick. Second Ezra 4:37. By measure hath he measured the times. All right. So the Lord, the Most High, measured the times. What's that? He set the bounds, set their bounds that they cannot pass. All right. The time of our deliverance, time for love, a time for peace, a time for war, a time to cast away the Israelites or stones. It's time to gather stones. We're in that time. So everything has a time. Esau's rulership, his kingdom, ages, right? By measure have he measured the times of our us being in bondage, Jacob being on the bottom and Esau being on the top. That time is over, almost over. By measure have he measured the times, and by number have he numbered the times, and he doeth not move nor stir them. See, remember that? The scriptures say, he that will not let until he be taken out of the way. He got to be moved. And he said, if we have faith as small as a mustard seed, we'll take this mountain and rebuke it, and it will have it cast into the sea to move it. Right. So the Lord gonna move these people out of our way, nor stir them. All right. So he's moving the minds of these kings towards war, nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. Another said measure would be the elect being sealed. That's a said measure as well. All right. Or Esau's and the U.S. is a said measure of wickedness being fulfilled. Isaiah 14:9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee. See, who moved them? Hell from beneath represent these nations like Iran, Russia. So who's stirring up their spirit according to Ezekiel 38? The Lord said He's gonna put hooks into their jaws and control Russia and bring them back into that Soviet Union guardianship. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. So when the Western Bloc, you know, the U.S. and its allies go to move for their new world order, that's when those nations are going to stand up and say the weak are saying they're strong. All right. It stirreth, what? It stirreth up the dead for thee. So who stirred up these nations? It said he does not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. Now we're going to see those fanners, those enemies that the Lord has raised up, and what the hell they got, what they packing. All right. Not where was that? It stirreth up the dead for thee, those nations, even all the chief ones of the earth. It have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations, man. All right, so the Most High is the one raising them up and stirring, and it was called divine intervention. All right, so these things are not going to stop; they're going to keep going. The prophecies got to be fulfilled.
she told me.
Now, as this conflict evolves, is this an actual premonition? Is this something that's actually going to happen? And there's also reports happening from within Tel Aviv in Israel of strange stuff happening in the skies during missile interceptions and things of that nature. So
Right. Anytime there's a big event happening on this earth in any age, the chariots have shown up, and we've done many lessons on it, many videos, especially during the time of Antiochus Epiphanes, 168 BC. Matter of fact, let me get it real quick. I didn't want to go there, but real fast. That all right, Second Maccabees 5:1. About the same time, Antiochus, they called him the Wicked, prepared his second voyage into Egypt. All right, around 168 BC. Um, and then it happened. He was going to take Egypt. That through all the city for the space of almost 40 days, man. So like a month and 10 days, there were seen. It said almost 40 days, so about a month. There were seen horsemen, so they're like men, all right? Not no damn manitars or whatever they call them, half horse, half man. No, this is a chariot and angels in there driving the chariots, according to Ezekiel chapter 1. And also in the scripture where it mentions the fire by day, the cloud by day, fire by night, and the angel was in that cloud. All right. And also during the times of Elijah, he said, I see horsemen. All right. And troops of horsemen, Salakia, there were seen horsemen running in the air, man. They Michael Jordan? No, they could fly. These are chariots flying and with no known proportion according to modern physics. All right, guided by the hand of Yahawah. They were seen horsemen running in the air in cloth of gold and armed with lances like a band of soldiers, man. So when they seeing these chariots popping up, they're bands of soldiers, all right? And they got commands too and orders. Seeing them, it's like, yo, Yahweh Shai out there. It's crazy. And Yahweh, you know? Um, and it says here, where was that? And the troops of horsemen in array, encountering and running one against another, like military drills, with shaking of shields and multitude of pikes, basically declaring war, and drawing of swords and casting of darts and glittering of golden ornaments and harness of all sorts, all kind of lasers and everything we see today, like lights, and they be disappearing and moving off fast. Right? It says here, wherefore every man prayed that the apparition might turn to good. It look ghostly. They don't know what the heck it is. All right. So now let me play the next video. Check this out. Where was it at? Let's go here. Share this one. All right. Hopefully I can hear it. And go back. All right. Here you go. And this is over Iran. Watch this.
There is war happening in Middle East, right? But middle of the war, there is a UAP of sightings has been captured 100%. Okay, this is not synthetic. Iranians were trying and failing down to take down the UAPs or so-called orbs right now. We have the footage and this force field technology on display has been captured. But the crazy question everybody has is that why the US has been unavailable to do anything yet.
Mm.
Look at this. There is a orb. You can clearly see these guys are shooting that thing on and on, on and on. It looks like a movie, right? Now, nothing happens to the orb and it keeps on glowing bright like a morning sun, and that thing slowly moves away.
Yeah, they're not gonna be able to do
Yeah.
nothing to it. Look at that. And you see Iran showing what type of capabilities they got with their missiles. They got hypersonic. They got all of that, and nothing can top what these angels can do. They spirit, angelic, God from y'all know powers. You know, Um, but he said they couldn't hit him, and they showed a force field basically. You like it's like trying to throw um water at a drop of water at a lion. He gonna eat you up. So he said something that caught my attention. Let me run it back. Hold on.
Look at this. There is a orb. You can clearly see these guys are shooting that thing on and on, on and on. It looks like a movie, right? Now, nothing happens to the orb, and it keeps on glowing bright like a morning sun, and that thing slowly moves away. Nothing happens. So there.
Right. Yeah, 'cause matter of fact, it's in the scriptures it talks about that. Yahawah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get that real quick, man. I'm trying to get too long winded on it. Let's read Revelations 12. Because eventually all these nations gonna turn and try to fight against the angels and Yahawah himself. Because Yahawah is like that hypersonic nuke that's gonna come through and hit the target. Because the angels gonna show up defending Israel in the midst of the war. They're gonna join in the war. But in the midst of that, the Lord gonna send Yahawah. Escalation like a motherfucker. All right. The Lord gonna escalate the war. Revelations 12 and 7. And there was war in heaven. See, they're gonna try to be fighting against the angels. All right. There was war in heaven. Uh, Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. The Western Bloc, man. That's who really controlling everything. All right. And what they call the secret societies. All right. Um, fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. So all those nations gonna come together and fight against Yahawah and the angels. So Michael and his angels gonna fight. I think they're gonna join in the midst of this war. All right. They were seen popped up in Vietnam War. They were called Foo Fighters. All right, did lessons on it. It says right here, so they're gonna fight against the holy angels, and it says, and they prevailed not. Come on, man. No weapon formed against these shall prosper. And that starts with the angels. They can't prosper against the angels. And they prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. So man, the Lord allowed man, he said there's no secret that they can hide from thee. He allowed man through technology, especially Edom, to chase after this world, this um fantasy of world dominance, you know, and the satanic world. No, the Lord, we desire a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. And the Lord uh, he's gonna reward or recognize the prayers of the saints, the Israelites. All right. And that's what we're looking for: a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. Not Russia and China ruling after this, not a new world order where Israel's the top and all this weirdo shit. No, man. So they're not gonna prevail against Yahweh Shai and his angels, or Michael, right, which is the archangel under Yahweh Shai, his general. Whoo. All right, so I'm gonna skip down. It says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil, right? That's the one that deceived all these nations to go out into this war. All right. Those elites. And Satan, which deceiveth the whole world, he was cast out into the earth, right? And his angels were cast out with him. What that means, they're going to be put into bondage and slavery after that point. Total takeover. Big stepper, Yahweh Shai. All right. So now verse 12 it says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. That's the elect and the angels. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, right? Because World War III going to bring ICBM, nuclear missiles, nuclear fallout. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath. That's what we're seeing. The great wrath of Diablos, them um, bringing about their last hurrah. All right. That's Revelations, I think 6, the pale horse. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. America has a short time. Esau has a short time to rule. All right. So now, also this, and when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the child. So what's going to happen? Get ready, Jacob's trouble. All right. Anytime Esau get persecuted or get judged, they're gonna just like Cain and Abel. They're gonna take it out just like Esau and Jacob. They're gonna take it out on Jacob eventually. All right. So let's finish this. What was I reading? Matter of fact, yeah, it's another incident that happened. Check this out. Second Ezra's 13, and I'm gonna read it in the translation. Second Ezra 13 and 1. It says, after 7 days I had a dream. So Ezra's prophet Ezra's had a dream. He had a vision, a premonition, the right way, not like Esau going to see some damn soothsayers. After 7 days I had a dream during the night. I looked and saw a wind rising from the sea and stirring up all the waves, just like a helicopter being out on the ocean. As I watched, this wind made something like the figure of a man come up out of the heart of the sea. And you can read that in Ezekiel chapter 1. Let's get that real quick. Ezekiel 1 and 1. No, let's go to let's get to the point. Ezekiel 1 and 4. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, say a whirlwind, causing a lot of boisterous winds, like a hurricane almost. Um, and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it. And out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire, what we call lights today, they were calling fire back then. Also, out of the midst thereof came the likeness of four living creatures. Creatures just means creations. They're angels, they're spirit, and they're not humans, but they look just like us. All right. This was their appearance. He's telling you straight up. This was their appearance. This is what they look like. They had the likeness of a man. Period. You can stop right there. The rest of it is just telling you their duties, what they're for. They're like the Air Force, you know, the same way you got the Air Force, Army, Navy. Yahawah Shai has his order in the heavens. All right. Of his army, the heavenly armies. Everything's done indecently and in order. So now let's keep going. It says here, Second Ezra 13 and 3. As I watched, this wind made something like the figure of a man come up out of the heart of the sea. That man was flying among the clouds of heaven. That's what you're looking at on the screen. But they're calling UAPs or UFOs. They're also called the clouds of heaven. You know, they cover the children of Israel from the heat. And they also could rain on your motherfucking ass. Rain judgment on you. Or they can bring life, you know. Wherever he turned his face to look. So when Yahushua shows up, so-called black man from the tribe of Judah, wherever he looked, he gonna destroy their armies. All right, so he's gonna pop up in the midst. But before that, they're gonna have a war, man. There's gonna be a war of them protecting us. All of that. Psalms 91. Scriptures say that. But also, because he said he's gonna send. Look, hold up. Let me get this real quick. Hopefully I don't forget what I was about to get. Matthew 24 and 30. And then shall appear, and yeah, let me go to 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, right, shall the sun be darkened. That's nuclear war. And the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven. So once that finally happens, you're seeing the missiles flying, they look like stars. But once those big ones, the wormwood hits, that's it. We're gonna have to get it. We're gonna need to be out of here. All right. Even if this place didn't get hit, we couldn't survive radiation, man. Nuclear fallout from a war. And the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. All right. And that's talking about what? The earth gonna reel to and fro. That's how big the blast gonna be. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man. That's Revelations 1 and 7. All right. Where it says, every eye shall see him, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, even the ones that pierced him, even our people. All right. And Edom that worked together, conspired together to crucify him. Those individuals are back here today to get judged. And they shall see, oh, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. Some gonna be mourning for fear and being uh, for being wicked, and others are gonna mourn because salvation is here, man. We're gonna be thankful. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Whoo. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. So Yahweh Shai gonna send out his angels to gather his elect into the chariot. So they're gonna be all over the earth gathering the elect up. All right. Before the missiles start hitting this place, Babylon, because we're gonna need to get out of here. But the deliverance is gonna be all over the world. All right. But the main deliverance that needs to happen first or quickest is out of this place. All right. But before that, Psalm 91 gotta happen. All right. So where was that? Yep. So he's gonna send his angels to gather his elect. But now let's get this real quick. That's what I wanted to get. All right. Let's get this. Isaiah 31 and 5, as birds flying in formation, right? Trumpets blasting like geese early in the morning. You can see when the morning sun is rising, just like when the kingdom is rising up, we're gonna hear those trumpets blasting, from the early birds, the chariots of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, coming to cover us with his wings, right? Under his protection. As birds flying, so will Yahweh of the heavenly armies defend Yerushalayim. He gonna defend us wherever we at. Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it, man. That's our new Passover. All right. So yeah, man, he's gonna pass over just like he did in Egypt, and he's gonna destroy the wicked. Second Ezra 13 and 3. Again, let's go to it says that man was flying among the clouds of heaven. See, now we know. Wherever he turned his face to look, everything that fell under his gaze trembled. Wherever he look at, he gonna cause it to shake, fall apart. Wherever an utterance came from his voice, all who heard his voice melted as wax melts when it fills the fire. Meaning, whoever's in that vicinity gonna get melted by Kamehameha. All right. I kept watching these things, and an innumerable multitude of people came together from the four winds of heaven to fight against a man who had come up from the sea. Talking about Yahawah. I watched as he carved a great mountain for himself and flew on it. I tried to see the region or place from which the mountain was carved, but I couldn't. So much is what they call the fathership, the chariot, a battleship. After this, I looked and saw that all who had gathered to do battle against him were sorely afraid. They're gonna have that. They're gonna have that soldier spirit. You know, I gotta finish out my duties, my debt to humanity. I gotta fight these aliens. And they're gonna be in the hallucination, man. They're gonna be seeing aliens, man. You know, in their mind, thinking it's aliens, but it's gonna be angels. All right, righteous angels. When he saw the rush of the multitude, so they're gonna be afraid. Yet they dared to fight. Right? They're still gonna stick to their orders and fight. You ain't gonna see Trump out there fighting. You ain't gonna see none of them Iranian presidents on the battlefield pressing the button trying to fight the Lord. No, I was talking about the soldiers. All right. Um, when he saw the rush of the multitude coming, he didn't raise his hand or hold a spear or any weapon of war. So he's not going to use any carnal weapons of war that's from this earth. Rather, I saw something like a wave of fire shoot forth from his mouth, and that mouth represents the front of his chariot, and a breath of flame from his lips, and a storm of sparks from his tongue. All these things, the wave, the fire, the breath of flame, and the mighty storm mixed together, damn, and fell upon the crowd that was rushing forward, prepared to fight. So all those armies gonna get burned up, man. Everybody that's going over there. This is the Lord's judgment. It burned them all up, so that suddenly nothing was seen of the innumerable multitude or mob. And what they say, a mob, what they gathering over there for? Armageddon, Harmageddon, which means mob or crowd or gathering of troops. So all of those troops eventually gonna go against the angels, and the angels gonna join into the war. It's gonna be like a royal rumble. All right, all realms gonna be fighting against each other. All right, so the spiritual battle gonna turn physical once the angels get involved. Mob, except it was nothing left but dust and ashes and the smell of smoke. And I saw this and was amazed. Sheesh. So you're gonna put them all to shame, man. All right. So there's nothing they can do against these angels. Let me see something. Damn, I want this one right here too. Hold up. Yeah, let's get this one real quick. Let me just read the interpretation, man. It says here, this is the interpretation of the vision. And that you saw a man going up from the heart of the sea, that is the one whom the Most High has been keeping for many ages, man. 2,000 years. Yahweh Shai has been in the heavens, ever since we were kicked out of Jerusalem or Israel. He will liberate Yahweh's creation all by himself. All right. And he will put in order those who are left. So anybody that makes it through this coming destruction, the Lord going to use you as his battle axe and weapon of war. He's going to put you in order, give you a ranking and a name and a crown, a badge of honor, and duties, you know, and, and big boots to do some stepping with. And that you saw something like wind and fire, storm, just like it, right? It was like a giant laser blast or a lot or nuke straight from Yahweh Shai, direct energy. The storm go out of his mouth. Damn it. Salakia. And storm go out of his mouth, and that he didn't hold a spear or a weapon of war, meaning he's not gonna be worried. He's not gonna say, "Get ready, they're coming." You know, no, he's all right, man. There's nothing to him, just like a layup. It says, yet destroyed the rush of that multitude that had come to fight him. Here is the interpretation. Look, the days are coming when the Most High will begin to rescue those who are on the earth. See, the Lord is literally turning back our captivity before our eyes with his war. All right, so he's beginning to rescue us. Those who live on earth will go out of their damn minds. That's what it says right here. It don't say damn, but those who live on earth will go out of their minds. Haven't we seeing that, right? Wit has left. These people bloodthirsty, man. They going out their damn mind. They talking on TV about unaliving people and what they're gonna do and AILL this and that and that. They will plan to wage war against each other, which we're seeing. I mean, they lost their damn mind. City against city, place against place, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. All right, even realms gonna be fighting. They're gonna be so out of their damn mind. They're gonna go to fight against the Lord. When these things happen and the signs that I showed you before take place, which we're seeing, then my son will be revealed. We in that time, man, where they're gonna reveal Yahawah soon. They're already over there shooting at the angels, whom you saw as a man rising up. Damn, sheesh. So the angels don't even have to do anything yet. They can just wait until you wait for Yahawah to show up. Oh shit, man, you can feel his energy, man, like a lion about to stand up. All right, even Iran, they didn't even show their full weapons yet. You know, they got a lot hiding. The what we see them shooting off right now, that's weapons they've been storing up, cheap weapons since the Gulf War or Baghdad. You know, when they went into Iraq, they've been storing up weapons. All right, um, but someday we're going to see them use their new technology. All right, the big guns. When all the nations hear his voice, man, they're gonna hear Yahweh Shai, just like we're gonna hear him. He's gonna say, "Come up hither." Then each one will leave its own region and will leave off the wars they were waging against each other, which we see them fighting against each other now. An innumerable mob will be gathered together, as you saw, wanting to come and fight against him now. But he will take his stand on the summit of Mount Zion. He's gonna stand for us. Zion will come and will appear to all. All right. My son himself will indict the assembly, the assembled nations. They're going to judge them for their impious deeds. These things were indicated by the storm. He will scold them for their evil plans and reveal the torments with which they are about to be tortured. Sheesh. Man, look, they got something coming for them. And here it is. Check this out. This is over Iran. But I'm going to play the other video, matter of fact, since I wasn't done with it. All right. So Iranians are shooting at it, but it's showing a force field. They can't do nothing against it.
Morning sun, and that thing slowly moves away. Nothing happens. So there. People over there are calling that something odd flying in the sky. Everybody's eyes were on that particular glowing.
Right? Every eye should. Let me get that real quick. I just said it, but let me read it. Revelation 7 and 1. No, 1 and 7. Salakia. Revelations 1 and 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. So they seeing his angels too. And they also which pierced him, and all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Right? Even Buddy on the screen gonna see it. Um, watch this. Let me see. Let's get this real quick. Let's get Proverbs 15. The angel, damn, let me go to this one. Let me just play this real quick. I'll read that in a second.
Some UFO right above them. They are all in panic right now because this can be the end of the world as well. At that particular moment, everybody were talking the same stuff, and that looks like the craziest thing they have ever even seen. Now, don't
Yeah, every eye shall see it. And Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, so far beyond all that they look for. When they see it, they're gonna have terrible fear. They're like, this is the end.
take it wrong that there is a different type of UFO. No, this is the only
Look, they can't
orb
hit it.
video from Iran which is going viral everywhere. Now, middle of the war, why is this over there? And that is one of the biggest conspiracies ever yet. Many are saying that it could bring the way worst catastrophe ever known to mankind. That's why everybody over there are watching that thing. This is spotted by literally everybody, right? And let's not forget the soldiers, the government is trying to attack that. They're trying to shoot it down. It's impossible. The bullets are going passing by, and they don't have proper jet over there right now just to go and explore that thing. Now, why is that over there? Is this the hands of the aliens, or is it some higher authorities just watching over us? Now,
Mm, mm. Is this some higher authorities just watching over us? This is Proverbs 15 and 3. The eyes of Yahawah are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. They're in every place. All right. Even over here, watching over the elect. Scripture say they encampeth around them that fear the Lord all over the world. Matter of fact, Daniel 4 and 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers. All right. And this is scripture from when the Lord was using Daniel to prophesy against Nebuchadnezzar, and the Most High was controlling things with Babylon and the Persians and the Greeks. He was showing that he controlled all these kingdoms. All right. This matter is by the decree of the watchers. Who's the watchers? The angels. All right. So he saw an angel coming down from heaven. That's what matter of fact, I'm gonna read it. We go up to verse 13. This is Nebuchadnezzar speaking to Daniel. I saw in the visions of my head upon my bed, and behold, a watcher and a holy one came down from heaven. All right, and basically cussed his ass out, told him he about to be taken down, and he gonna lose the kingdom years later through his grandchildren. All right. Actually, this was it right here. He was talking to Nebuchadnezzar. All right. Verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers. See, of those watchers. The demand by the word of the holy ones, those angels, to the intent that the living, us here on earth, that we may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. So we ain't got to fear. That's what he was showing to Ezekiel, that he's ruling in the kingdom of men through his angels. All right, same way he's controlling the sun, moon, and the stars, the whole system. All right, and giveth it to whomsoever he wills, and setteth up over it the bases of men. So we at the bottom. We ain't throwing no missiles. We ain't shooting no lasers. We ain't got no new technology except for probably plastiline and shit. Y'all see him going around, but we ain't got shit. But new clothes, new ideas for like music. Our people ain't got nothing. We at the bottom. All right. So the basis of men, we the basis. You look up basis, you're gonna see us there, our people. So the Lord gonna raise us up in the midst of this, man. Now, what was this one? So that's by the decree of the watchers, man. The angels, they watchers. All right. Who they watching for? This right here. Matter of fact, damn, what he said. Hold up, 1 second. This is Tobit 12 and 15. I am Raphael, one of the seven holy angels, which present the prayers of the saints and which go in and out before the glory of the Holy One. So the angels go back and forth from the spirit realm to this realm, doing the Lord's will. All right, and watching. Ecclesiastes, Sirach 18 and 1. He that liveth forever have created all things in general, even the angels. Created the angels too. The Lord is righteous, and there is none other but He. There ain't no Allah, ain't no Krishna, Christ, Jesus, whatever else they got over there. Ain't none of that. It's Yahweh Shai, right? And the Father is Yahawah, who governeth the world with the palm of his hand. So who's governing all these wars and the angels and everything? The Most High sitting there right now, governing and judging the earth with the palm of his hand. And then it's gonna come a moment where the seat that was empty, the throne, he gonna sit at the judgment seat, and his council gonna be around him. That's what you hear about the elders, the angels out in heaven that is all around them. And we're gonna be called to that same heavenly um, gathering, all right, council, all right. That's what the Lord is calling the supper, the wedding supper, the way He's gonna judge between the wicked and the righteous. All right, the heavenly Sanhedrin. I did a lesson on it. So, who governeth the world with the palm of his hand, and all things obey his will. For he is the king of all, and by his power, dividing holy things among them from profane. So, all right. So now let me go here real quick. Damn, I don't want to read all this. I'm gonna have to read this for another one. I'll read it real quick. Revelations 15. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead for a little excitement. I'm gonna go ahead first. Check this out. Boom. Look at this. UFOs over Iran. Look at all of them. Look at all of them. Thousands of angels, chariots, massive fleet of orbs over Iran. 2026. What happened? What's happening?
Iran 2026, what's happening?
I can't zoom in no more, but look at all this. Look at that.
Massive fleet of orbs over Iran 2026, what's happening? Ma-
Come on, man. They ain't ready. They're not ready to see what's about to go down. Look at that. Psalm 68 and 17. The chariots of Yahawah are 20,000. That's nothing compared to what he about to show. He said he's gonna empty out heaven. All the angels gonna be here. All right, except for also the elect. The chariots of Yahawah are 20,000. Even thousands of angels are in these chariots, right? And the Lord, Yahweh Shai, is among them. Man, as in Sinai in the holy place, right? Because he the one that came down. There you go. Yahweh Shai came down during the time of Mount Sinai when we came out of Egypt, 1446 BC. There you go. Check this out. And he's going to do it again. Wisdom of Solomon 18 and 15. Thine almighty word, Yahweh Shai, he's known as the living word. He leaped down from heaven out of thy royal throne as a fierce man of war. So when he show up, You'd rather a nuke hit you because he ain't playing. You know, he's the weapon of mass destruction. He's Yahawah's battle axe and weapon of war. Thine almighty word leaped down from heaven out of thy royal throne as a fierce man of war in the midst of a land of destruction. That's talking about in the Egypt. All right, in the midst of that land, and the Lord delivered us. He leaped down out of heaven like a fierce man of war. He about to do it again. Yahawah gonna say, "Go get him. Take the world." And say he gonna lament like a woman in travail, like a lion crying
Massive
out.
fleet
From
of
heaven.
orbs
A lion crying out from heaven. And he gonna call his people to fight. They said that people shall be willing in the day of thy power. All right. So now let me end it with this one. Actually, I'm not gonna read it. I'll save it for another lesson, man. Yahweh Ratazah. But yeah, let's watch this one more time.
over Iran 20.
I want to read Revelations 15, the whole chapter. Then I also want to read Revelations 8, the whole chapter. But I'm not gonna do that at the end of this video. It'll take forever. So I'm gonna play this real quick.
2026, what's happening?
All right, yeah, salvation is at the door. Look at them chariots. I'm gonna go to the comment board, see if I got any comments. Hey, Shalom, yeah, we got the Bishop Kanak from this camp in the comments. I'm gonna read it. Okay, yeah, I just read that the chariots of Yahawah are 20,000. That's right. Even thousands of angels in them. All right. 1 Corinthians 1:28. And base things of the world, right? The Lord chose us, the base things of the world. He didn't choose the rich people because they're rich or Esau because they're in power, you know, and that's what they would think, you know. But no, the Lord chose the weak things of the earth that he's going to make strong to show his power. And the things which are despised, that's us, hath Yahawah chosen. Yea, and the things which are not, right? Our nation is not right now. We ain't got no say so in this damn war. We on the sidelines like well, we in the midst of it, but we ain't got no damn say so at the councils and table, wherever tables they sitting at. And they just deciding these wars. Yea, and the things which are not, to bring to naught things that are, man. Whoo. All right. So the things that are not, and that's us, we're gonna bring the kingdom, righteousness to this earth. All right. So yeah, that's it, man. I'm gonna wrap this one up. Hopefully this was edifying. The goal is to build up brothers and sisters as the day is approaching, so you don't miss a step or lose sight of the goal with all these distractions out here, man. But you covered. You got angels around you. You know, we still got to walk through the woods ourselves. You know, but the Lord is going to empower us because we Yasha Allah. All right, keep your eyes to the skies, man. We almost out of here. UFOs over Iran. They tried to knock them down, but they couldn't. Force field technology was put on display. The angels are watching. Then I'm going to say shalom.